Teacher Talking Sports, what it does, what do, how we live. And if you're still alive in your survivor pool, congratulations as we enter week 8 of the season. Knock on wood that I'll still be alive next week. I've gotten my way through. Week 1 took Baltimore over Houston. Week 2, Dallas over Jets. Week 3, KC over Chicago. Week 4, San Fran over Arizona. Week 5, Miami over the Giants. Week 6, Buffalo over the Giants. Barely got that one. And Week 7, Seattle over Arizona. Last week there were 6 teams on byes. This week there are none. So we have 16 games to choose from. Of course, minus the 7 teams I took or you took. So 25 teams. Let's take a look at the week schedule. Now, I always look before looking at spreads or anything like that to see if there's a team I like. The 2 teams I liked most looking at the schedule are the Sunday and Monday night games. Normally don't like waiting till the end, but I always go with my gut who I believe to be the best choice. Let's take a look at the schedule. Starting with a Thursday night game, Tampa at Buffalo. I do not have Buffalo available, and man, have their offense has gotten off to such slow starts the past 3 games. But Tampa is also fallen to earth. After Baker Mayfield got off to such a hot start, been slowing down. So you might want to take Buffalo. Probably want to touch them even if I still have Buffalo around. Sunday schedule, Rams at the Cowboys. I don't have the Cowboys available. Cowboys definitely look like the better team than the Rams, but can you be so certain? I mean, Dallas doesn't always give their A game. Minnesota at Green Bay. Minnesota 2-0 without Justin Jefferson. Who would have thought it? Meanwhile, Jordan Love is regressing, it seems, as the season goes along. Falcons at Titans. How are you touching that game? Falcons won despite 3 red zone turnovers from Desmond Ridder. That's ridiculous that you could still win a game like that. New Orleans at Indianapolis. Another game. How are you touching it, Saints? Probably top 3 or 4 biggest disappointments so far this season. Colts have played fairly well, even with Anthony Richardson out for the season. But still under 500. Patriots at Dolphins. Some of you may look to take the Dolphins if you have them available. I do not, although the Patriots are coming off their best game of the season. Jets at Giants. Of course, it's really a home game for both teams. They both play in the same stadium. I am a Giants fan. As you say, I went against them twice. Barely won once. But I'm actually picking the Giants to win this game, I think. I'll do my picks against the spread either tomorrow or Thursday before a Thursday night game. Jacksonville at Pittsburgh. I don't know how Pittsburgh's 4-2. Yes, I mean, TJ Watt, Alex Highsmith give them a great pass rush. But their offense, it's amazing that they're 4-2. They got a very favorable spot that helped them win the game against the Rams. Meanwhile, Jacksonville looking like one of the 3 or 4 best teams in the AFC, but it's always hard for me to take road teams. Speaking of road teams, you might want to take Eagles at Commanders. I still have the Eagles available. But keep in mind, last time they played Washington in Philly, the game went into overtime. Philadelphia ended up winning, but you just got to keep that in mind. Houston at Carolina. Man, look at that. Tickets as low as $25. Actually, there's a game lower, $14 for the Cardinals. But anyhow, Texans, CJ Stroud, looking like the much better pick thus far than Bryce Young. Battle of the top 2 picks. Both quarterbacks. Carolina still looking for their first win. Cleveland at Seattle. Took Seattle last week. Don't have them available. But the way Cleveland's defense is playing, will Deshaun Watson play? Will it matter if he plays? We still have not seen anything close to vintage Deshaun Watson. Of course, their defense is ridiculous. Although they did give up a bunch of points to the Colts, but Myles Garrett definitely left his mark in the win. Chiefs at Broncos. I don't have the Chiefs available. If I did, they would be a road team I would consider. Broncos, yes, they're coming off a win, but Green Bay hasn't looked good in like a month. Ravens at Cardinals, another road team you could look to take. there's been weeks I've been looking to fade the Cardinals. I went against them twice, 49ers, and last week against the Seahawks. Of course, I can't go against them this week. But Baltimore, man, did they look good against Detroit. Cincinnati at San Fran. San Fran, 2 losses in a row. But despite that, how are you going to touch this game? I'm sure San Fran is favorite since they're at home. Chicago at Los Angeles, one of the 2 games I like. Los Angeles 2-4. How can I like a 2-4 team? They should have a lot more talent on both sides of the ball than the Bears. Tyson Bagent, I'm guessing will start again. Performed pretty well. First career start, undrafted rookie from a Division II school. But you figure the Chargers have to win this game. And same goes for the Monday night game, Raiders at Lions. Lions, excuse me, coming off a miserable loss to the Baltimore Ravens. Kind of humbled them. A lot of people were seeing them as a Super Bowl contender. Now they're having second thoughts. But this is a game you have to win if you want to be considered in that light against the Raiders. Coming off a big loss to the team I just mentioned, the Bears, in a battle of backup quarterbacks, as Brian Hoyer started that game. Not sure if Jimmy G will be back. But we take a look at the Survivor grid. We see the top 2 games are the 2 I mentioned. 29.2% are taking the Chargers, which is surprising since, again, they're 2-4. But some of the games I also mentioned that might be good picks, those teams you probably took. Because next is Detroit, the other team I mentioned, 17.1%. 17% are taking Baltimore. Of course, as I mentioned, I've already taken Baltimore. After that, 8% are taking Miami against New England. Miami is also a team I took. But my Week 8 selection, again, for me, it was between the Chargers Sunday night and the Lions Monday night. I hope I don't regret this. I'm taking the Chargers despite their 2-4 record. Home Sunday night football against the Chicago Bears. Again, I just think they have so much more talent. Perennially, it seems like one of the league's most disappointing teams. Will they disappoint me come Sunday night? Only time will tell. Again, really thought long and hard about Detroit. Of course, Baltimore would be a great pick if you still have them available. But tell me, who are you looking to take in Survivor in this Week 8? It's rare that I take a team with a .333 winning percentage as the Los Angeles Chargers have, but they have to win this game. They really have to beat the Bears at home. If they don't, maybe Brandon Staley gets fired the very next day. Time will tell. Anyhow, don't forget to subscribe. Tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend to subscribe. Like the video, share the video, hit the bell for notifications. I'm out.